I don't even know what's happening right now.
Oh,
Facebook, this may not be on Facebook. We're gonna have to repost to Facebook. I'm not mad at you, StreamYard. You were as flexible as possible, but I mean, if you could see the scenes that I'm seeing, you would understand. This is a tough putt right now. So wanted to keep the streak alive.
The horror.
Well, it's quite a thing. Like I don't have a way to take a picture of this right now, but it's stunning. I mean, it's Christmas lights. It's a step ladder. It's my phone. That's the camera here. It's a lot going on. I mean, you would, if you really could just see it from over here, you'd love it. But we will repost this, share back to TQN. Thank you, whoever is there joining on Twitter, and I believe only YouTube is available. But thank you, as always. Hopefully you had a good week, a safe week. I know now that everything's going crazy with the COVID spikes, I've been dealing with that at my own job. But thank you guys. Hit us up in the comments. I'll try to avert my gaze and acknowledge your comments if I can. But also, I want to give a happy birthday shout out to Mr. Nick.
Nick,
get in here. Hey, get in
yeah.
here.
Hi, guys.
There he is. Hey, happy birthday, man.
Oh, my God. This is a great setup.
This is just how you draw it up. This is exactly how I wanted it.
Play to win the game.
man.
Hello. You play to win the game.
Who's
And
crazy enough? Who's crazy enough to let you guys film a podcast at their house? That's insane.
This guy.
Seriously,
Right
man.
here.
Who would do that?
And
Who
also,
would do that?
speaking of people that are crazy enough to let us do weird, dumb things at their house, shout out to Justin joining us on the Celebrity Hotline, checking in
sir.
with us for what I can only assume is going to be a brief show, because how much can I tolerate of this? I'm literally on my knees right now. But I think we're just going to go straight into the NFL. So thank you guys, and I'm going to pop this up on the screen here for
This was magic happens.
yeah. Well, I mean,
This
magic.
is behind the curtain right here. You're getting to see the man work.
Yeah, this is a, like I said, this is a deep cut. I mean, even for me, I don't really have a lot of standards, but this is well below even my standards.
This is definitely an early YFPFP style show we're doing here.
Hey, there's.
There we go.
There
We go. We got the dancing in the dark dancer right there.
You can
Perfect.
always get that in.
Anytime music is featured on this show going forward, Tyler, I'm just going to warn you, I will play that. I will not delete that, and I will have it forever.
That's not a warning. That's a treat. That's a promise.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Yeah, it's kind of a dare. I mean, do your worst. But let's go. Normally, I can look at this straight on, so it's quite a situation right now. But this is what we got going on. I mean, let's be real. Justin, even, right before we actually got this on air, mentioned, let's just be real. I mean, the only thing that people really, really care about is the NFL right now. And, I mean, thankfully, for better or worse, because some of their decisions have been highly questionable as far as just, we are going to play an entire season. The whole time, like Tyler and I talked about this a couple weeks ago, like, why don't you just build in like a week off? Like, just have that in your back pocket, so that way when the Titans get slammed or the Ravens get blown out by COVID, like, everyone just goes home for a week. But alas, no, we have Wednesday afternoon football, Tuesday night football.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's what they're gonna do. So that's what it is.
Don't blame the NFL. They only had like 6 months to prepare for this and seeing what all the other leagues were doing. It's not.
That's it. Just 6 months.
How could they have seen this coming? Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no way. I mean, come on. Like, it just came out of nowhere. Like,
Yeah.
good job, NFL. Always on the ball, always on target, always on time. Good job. Keep it up. But let's dive right in. Houston go to Chicago. Again, this is just, it seems like always that first 10 a.m. game, except for maybe a couple times this week on the little schedule rundown that I give you guys. It's just kind of like, this is an NFL game. that is going to be played by professional players.
People are paid to be there. Yes,
but it's always like the worst one, and this is firmly in that category. We'll see if Matt Nagy's kind of dancing on the hot seat now. Like, it's pretty much there's nothing interesting with this game. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like the Bears are still mathematically in it. I mean, they pretty much have to win out if they want to get in. So it's important for them in that case. But, yeah, there's not too much exciting about this game.
All right, that's better.
I don't know, Justin. I mean, and please do not feel like you have to have thoughts about this game, because I have no thoughts about this game, just that I wish it was safely played, no, catastrophic injuries or COVID exposures. And we just move on with our lives.
I mean, in terms of Houston, Chicago, is that where we're at right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Chicago has issues. Houston also has issues. So This will be a matchup of who has the more severe issues.
Maybe the Issues Bowl. I mean,
yeah,
if you look at it, like, who's just in a worse spot? Like, you guys work it out. Like, it's just like two drunk people fighting. It's just a sloppy mess.
I mean, it's December 13th at Soldier. It'll be cold. Maybe it's snowing. I don't know. Maybe that makes it interesting. But, I mean, other than that, I don't see a lot of allure for that game.
I love Justin just really going deep on this. Like, I mean, that could be a factor. I'm just like,
it could.
You are making a strong effort right now, and from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate it. But no one wants to see this. I mean, Bears fans and Houston fans don't want to see this. Like, contractually, they have to play the game, so that's where that game is at. But I wanted to steer it towards, now that we have, again, great friend of the program, Justin, on the show with us, the Cowboys-Bengals game. How are you feeling about this going into this?
This is the Dalton Bowl, obviously. This season has been full of nothing but revenge and redemption games. So I know, I'm sure, other people are aware and have pointed out, let's not forget, man, the Bengals took Dalton's starting job on the man's birthday. All right. Nick, I see you in the background. It's Nick's birthday. Imagine you were starting quarterback right now, man. Imagine somebody took your job away today. What the F, bro? Like, that's problematic. You don't take a man's job away on his birthday.
How would you feel if someone took your job on your birthday, like the Bengals did to Andy Dalton?
Oh, it's like getting fired on your day off. I'd be pissed off.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
The ultimate sign of disrespect.
Exactly.
I can't.
Hang on. Let me throw a counter at this, though.
Okay.
I mean, so they're basically saying you don't have to play for the Bengals anymore. That's actually kind of like a birthday gift.
I mean, touche.
A fair point. A very fair point.
Touche. That being said, the man took the Bengals to the playoffs. What,
Andy Dalton's a winner.
Years, something like that? Like,
they had a nice run, yeah.
Don't doubt Scott Farkas. That's all I'm saying. So, I'm hoping this game's in Cincinnati. Clearly the Cowboys are in shambles. I make no bones about it. You guys have known me for a while. I'm a diehard fan, but I'm also a realist. It's pretty much a wash year. That being said, the Bengals will probably rush for 300. So let's be honest, Jalen Smith can't tackle anybody. Leighton Vander Esch is constantly out of position. We get burned on play actions. Dudes look lost constantly defensively. So, and on offense, Zeke had a solid week last week. Dalton looked okay. I think I predicted 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. He fell a little shy of that. If you count interceptions, though, it evens out. But,
the yardage was there from the interceptions, yes.
For sure. So, I think it's definitely a game just from the sole perspective that I know there's no fans there or whatever, but I don't know if there's limited fans there. Dalton's played in that stadium a ton. He should be comfortable. He should be right at home, so to speak. So as long as they can maybe make some plays and not turn the ball over, obviously, I think the defense showed some ability to get some stops, although not enough or not consistent enough. So this could definitely be a game that the Cowboys could actually steal. That wouldn't shock me. But at this point, who's to say they're not, tanking for a higher draft pick? Albeit I'm not in this camp that thinks we need a quarterback, but, who cares? Cowboys 31-24.
And I'm glad that nothing about this setup is ideal. This is not even – it's on YouTube and Twitter. I mean, nobody watches this on YouTube. Shout out to Jaime. That's my guy. But now that you're here, I did want to ask you, just because the NFC East is so jacked. Like,
it is.
Is it good or bad? Like, that the Cowboys still have a chance to get in the playoff? Like, are you just over it? Like, just crash out and just be done with it? Or just, like, do we keep playing out the string? Like, going for that home playoff game?
I mean, at the end of the day, to use that cliche, at the end of the day.
I'm
a fan, dude.
Don Martin over there?
Yeah, I'm a fan. If I can see my team host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers the first week of wild card playoffs, if I could see something of that, I know we're gonna get boat raced, but I'm cool with it. See, I'm not of the ilk that I feel that this team needs to draft a high draft pick. We don't need a quarterback. Obviously, we need to bolster the O-line, and we need some defensive players. But, I don't think that there's any reward for not going to the playoffs or having a higher draft pick is what I'm getting at. I feel like if there is a chance. Now, all that being said, the Giants look like they're finding their own. Danny Dimes ain't nothing to play with. The Washington football team, they fight hard at football stadium, and when they go on football road, they play hard. Good football games. So I really think it's, at this point, I'm going to be honest with you guys. It sounds really shallow of me. I enjoy watching Carson Wentz play like crap way more than I enjoy watching the Cowboys games at this point.
No, that's not at all shallow.
When the Sheagles are struggling, I'm okay. I find the silver lining. So it's a wash year. It is what it is.
That's the first time this year that somebody has uttered the words, "I enjoy watching Carson Wentz play football."
Yeah, no,
I don't think anybody else has said that.
100%. Yeah, that's because not a lot of people are wearing a Dallas beanie. Like, I can say that wearing a Dallas beanie. Like, dude, that Carson Wentz, man, let me tell you something. That guy can do it.
Well, and I'm going to be honest, thinking about it from the Cowboys' point of view, realistically, all right, the division's a mess. So, thus, we have, sorry, Nick, the Giants in the hunt. Everyone's in the hunt. All right, but the Giants want the smoke, according to Nick.
Giants want all the smoke.
But
all the smoke.
Realistically, the Eagles are like if we reset the next year, it's probably the most threatening teams would be the Eagles and the Cowboys. So the weirder and more messed up the Eagles situation gets, it's better for you. So I totally
100%. 100%. Yeah, 100%. I mean, in my world, we have Dak Prescott coming back. Either he's on a secondary franchise tag or he's on, a new deal. And, Kellen Moore comes back. I'd like to see Mike Nolan tarred and feathered. We've had this conversation before. And yeah, in terms of Nick's Giants wanting the smoke, I mean, who wants the smoke more than Randy Gregory? Let's be honest.
Fair.
No, and actually, look, I'm going to be honest as well as far as the.
No, I want you to lie, Ronnie. I want you to lie. Don't be honest.
All right, the NFC
East is
great.
Please lie.
I'll stare right down the barrel of the camera and tell you all that, America. No. But to their credit, both Washington and the Giants have, I never really seen them give up in a game. You know what I mean? So they have played it hard, and now that they got a little taste of we might actually get a playoff game, they're chomping at the bit right there. But still, I think going forward, both teams need more pieces, draft picks, whatever.
Yeah.
So you really just, as a Cowboy fan, take the Eagles out, hope they just get lost in some kind of weird abyss, and then it clears up all kind of room for the Cowboys. Dak's coming back. I would assume he's rehab on track, whatever. And you still got Zeke there for, let's just be honest,
You'll have Martin back healthy next year.
Look at, I'll say it right now, the best 3 wide receiver set in football.
Well,
I'm hard pressed to argue. I'm trying to think of another 3 receiver set.
I mean, as a Raider fan, I'll sit this one out, but whatever. I don't want to inject my. All right, Nick's tapping out. We're both.
I just saw him disappear and crawl out. Yeah.
He's here. We're gonna get your take on the Giants game as we get to that point. But as we move down the schedule here, Kansas City at Miami. This is actually tasty.
Fun game.
There's sneaky good games this week. I feel like this was kind of a lot of times we put up the Friday, going into the weekend lineup, and it's just kind of like, all right, look. No reason with you guys. It's not that many great games, but if you have fantasy teams, whatever. But actually, this is one of the few games this weekend that I think is actually something to keep your eye on. Kansas City they're still the best team. Let's just be real, but didn't really blow the doors off anyone on Sunday. And Miami they're tough, man. So. I like this game. I don't know what the spread is in that situation, but I think this is going to be a good game.
Yeah, I mean, you got, of course, the high-powered Kansas City offense going up against just Miami, who's had a really good defense all year. Kind of the question is going to be, can Miami's offense –
Can they score?
Can they get going with 2 at the helm? But, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a fun game. I think – probably in the end, Kansas City's going to do what Kansas City's going to do, and that's come up with a late drive somewhere to take the lead. But, I'm expecting that one to be a real good game on Sunday morning.
Ed Gaskin is back, dude. That's my guy.
Yeah, true.
All the fantasy owners that, like me, probably ended up out of the playoffs that hung on to him.
Yeah, that's right.
Back. So savor the flavor, baby.
He's back to win your consolation championship.
Yes. Consolation bracket. Here we come. We got Gaskin. Dolphins making moves. Oh, God, what a sad year. All right, next up. Now, we have to bring in the birthday boy, the star of the show. But Arizona going to the Meadowlands to play the Giants. Nick, I'm going to give you the headset because there's no other way that you could hear what we're talking about. But I got to say, just me personally, before I give up the mic here, taking the Giants. Cardinals,
there you go.
I mean, they were really still in the mix over there, even in the very tough NFC West, but I think they've since let that slip away. I mean, it just doesn't look realistic that they have a chance. I mean, clearly not the division. I don't think they're going to even get in there as a wild card. But the Giants, trending upward. That's the thing I've been feeling about the Giants for like the last month. I think they've just been playing hard. And now, like I was saying, they actually have a chance to win that division. They taste it now. Like they're actually going for it.
Yeah, I kind of want to hear what the Giants fan has to say if you're going to throw it over to Nick here.
All right, get on.
Oh, wow, I'm on the hot seat.
Get on the mic.
I'm actually on the hot seat right now.
Hey, Nick, happy birthday, brother. How you doing?
Thank you, guys. Thank you. So,
You're a human being.
my back hurts. I'm literally laying on the ground. All right, so when it comes, we'll agree with Ronnie. Yes, I'm pulling for the Giants, and the only way that
we know who you're pulling for.
Yeah,
but just,
I still agree.
Well, who do you think they're going to win? Like realistically, I think they will.
All right, but realistically though, the only way this happens because the secondary is taking a full 180. They were shit the whole like I'd say 7 games of the season. But now after seeing what they did to the Seahawks, the only way that they could pull this off is if you keep this from being a shootout. After watching last week's game, Kyler Murray can still put up the points if he needs to be. He can still put up the points.
He can bust any time.
And I'm not too comfortable. Like, hopefully Danny Dimes does come back, but I'm still not comfortable with Colt McCoy. Yes, Tex Long, hooking horns. Hooking horns. But still, the only way is the secondary controls the passing game. That's the only way I see this really working. Yes, we want the smoke, but we gotta take this easy.
Sorry.
Oh, my knees hurt.
Now that sorry for your knees, but now that I haven't been able, like, just have a look at what is going on here, it's woo.
It is brutal.
We're doing
I'm actually
so
starting to
good
get
right
cold as well too.
So I do think it's an interesting game this weekend because obviously you got the Giants who are they're trying to win the division now. Of course, they got the tiebreaker over Washington, so they can't really afford any losses. And then you got Arizona, who's kind of like Ronnie said, they're a couple games behind the division. That kind of wipes them out at this point in time. They're still fighting for that wild card. So you're looking at two teams that can't afford any losses anymore. So I'm definitely thinking this could be one of those just real sneaky good games of the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
And there we go. Of course.
I mean, that's my biggest concern is, like you said, the secondary had struggled for the Giants a majority of the year. I'm worried with DeAndre Hopkins. That's always an issue, obviously. But
yes.
I think if Gallman, if those guys can get going on the ground, I think the Giants can grind one out and definitely get the win. They're on the uptick. Like I said, the Giants and football team are both on the uptick right now. So I think those are clearly the two that are going to run away with the division. And it just remains to be seen. I'm not privy to both their remaining schedules, but I think this is a big one for the Giants. If they can get this win, that puts them in a driver's seat, in my opinion. So.
Yeah, totally agree. And still, with the NFC East, no one's officially out of the playoffs. Everyone's still
We're
in,
out,
so.
bro. We're out, bro. To be honest.
We're not officially out. The Cowboys aren't officially out.
We are out.
You're not mathematically out.
Yeah, but that's pretty much. I mean, game. That's probably the game to watch. That is the game to watch. But hopefully, like I said, the Giants can pull this off. They just can't put it into a shootout. I don't think they have they don't have the offensive power to deal with going or putting up 38 points in a game.
You know why the Giants are going to win? Because it's Nick's fucking birthday.
Oh yeah, that is true. That is true. All right, guys, I'm gonna hand it back over to the main guy. I'm literally freezing right now.
Go warm up, man.
All right, thank you, guys. Thank you. Here you go. Oh God, my dog.
Oh man.
Oh, dude.
Doing some camera time though. I mean,
that's what the people want to see.
They don't want to see.
It's cold out there, though. We're gonna get PETA calling.
The house mascot.
Oh, that's true. I mean, that could be insensitive to the pet.
Yes,
that's right.
He's shaking. He's shivering. I'm gonna try and scoot around. I'm literally freezing. Oh my God.
Thank you, Nick.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. Friend of the program, Nick, ladies and gentlemen. There he goes. As always, a welcome contributor on the program.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, dude. You can see what I'm dealing with here, but no, we move on. Now, Minnesota, Tampa Bay. Kind of want to say Minnesota, but, Tampa Bay really – I don't know about Tampa Bay, dude. It just – they have, all the receivers they have great running backs. They have a lot of, just – at least home run hitter type guys on defense. Maybe not as a unit, but playmakers. Let's just say that. But Tom Brady is just looking more and more washed every week that goes on. So I don't know.
He's not a good fit. He's not a good fit in that offense. Obviously, that's the apparent thing. He doesn't suit that Bruce Arians offense at all. But that's one of those games. That's one of the coin flip games this week where it's I wouldn't be shocked if the Vikings beat the brakes off of them, and I wouldn't be shocked if the Buccaneers crushed on the Vikings. You know what I mean? I can see that going either way. It's just really because both of those teams are so inconsistent. It's hard to really pick one or the other. Adam Thielen tends to have those games where he just goes off, and if Dalvin Cook is rolling, then the Vikings are going away with that. But if Brady and that offense are clicking, and who knows what happens with that? Ronald Jones gets going. We'll see.
That's my guy.
Yeah.
Just stay out of the Arians
Ronnie
doghouse,
J.
please.
Old Ronnie J.
It's with him, even though like he's clearly one of the better. Like, all right, I mean, top 10 at least running backs in the league right now, but he messes up one time, and Arians is like,
"Oh yeah.
Like why is the hook so quick? Like this guy is talented, maybe not the best like pass catcher, but I mean, Brady can't throw more than 20 yards. We already see it.
Brady can barely throw like 15 yards now. Like,
but they got to give those deep weapons. That's what he likes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right. It's just I mean, you guys are like, it's just we just have no idea which version of either team is going to show up. So this game could be an exciting shootout. It could be like a 10-7 game. We just don't even know.
Yeah, like I said, this actually, when I saw the lineup of the games, the slate, I was like, oh, there's a lot of good, like, kind of toss-up kind of games here. Like, this is actually looking good going into the weekend. Like, Red Zone is always entertaining, especially, we're probably in fantasy playoffs for most people, but that's, doesn't matter. Like, if you watch Red Zone, no problem. But there's actually like good games that you would sit down and be like, I could watch this all the way through because I don't know what's going to happen. And that's firmly in that camp. Denver at Carolina.
Skip it. There's nothing to say. Skip it.
More in the Houston at Chicago camp of just this is a game that will be played by NFL players.
It will.
If McCaffrey was going to play, I would say watch it for him, but he's sitting out again, so skip it.
Yeah, all right. And we skip on to Tennessee at Jacksonville. Jacksonville,
they're tough. They play tough.
They play well. I still think Tennessee really has to have it. And this is like
Titans are angry. Titans are upset, bro.
When we get deeper into the winter, as everyone knows, it's Derrick Henry feast season. So I expect them, especially in a game that they really need. I think they're going to take care of business here. You just kind of don't know what you're going to get with Jacksonville. I mean, they're not good. Like, they won one game. Let's be real. But they have been kind of like punchy, at least. Like, they're actually trying still. And then, Colts going to Las Vegas. I don't have high hopes. I'm going to be realistic with you guys. The last two games, I mean, yes, it was great just to have that one highlight of the Jets just trying to lose a game that they were trying to win up until the very last play and hitting the long touchdown. I mean, silver and black aerial attack. That's what we do, baby. But still, I'm just not confident. I mean, the Falcons game was one thing, and then just getting pretty much bossed by the Jets for a long game. The Colts are good. I mean, they're actually a good team. Like, we're not talking about the Falcons or the Jets here in this case. So I don't have high hopes. But prove me wrong, Raiders. Prove me wrong.
I mean, look, here's the thing is the Raiders are going to be familiar with the Colts quarterback, old Felipe Rios back there. So, I mean, the Raiders, the Colts can afford. They don't want to lose, but they can afford a loss right now. The Raiders can't afford a loss the rest of the year. Like, they have to bring it.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's kind of like the big thing is like the motivation of like, okay, if you guys want to make the playoffs, like there's just no room for error at this point in time. You have to win out pretty much. So
I think the problem with the Raiders is like I have no problems with the offense. It's fine. Like it is suitable to be a playoff offense, but their defense got a couple like interesting, promising young players, but they still really rely on turnovers a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like they just can't get like 3 and outs and get off the field, and that's the problem with them. Like I think that's gonna be a problem against the Colts. Colts sometimes, I mean, it feels like they could just score like 45 points a game, and it just doesn't happen. Like for what, like they just stall out. So that could help the Raiders, but like when it really comes down to it, I just don't trust even my Raiders to make that play that will. Just get off the field, get the ball back to the offense, unless it's a random turnover or something like that. Like I can't count on it at this point.
Yeah, fair enough.
And the Jets. Woo!
Ronnie's game of the week here. Once again, Ronnie's game of the week.
From here on out, the Jets are always my game of the week, as you know. $34 on the line. Don't let me down now, Jets. I mean, keep doing what you're doing. But Seahawks are in a weird spot right now. I mean,
they haven't been good. They haven't been good lately.
Just especially the way, like Wilson started the season, clearly it was going to be in it, like far and away MVP. And then now just sort of like, like we see the rest of the Seahawks now. Like, okay, bad penalties, like a weird offense that just kind of relies on Russ doing things on his own. But how far can he go with that? So, I mean, we saw the Giants take him down last week. I'm not saying I think the Jets are going to win, but could be interesting. Entertainment purposes only. From a gambling perspective here. I don't know what the line is, but I would, just take a look at it. Maybe I would say either hit the under or Jets to cover. Start it out there.
What is the line on that one?
I don't have the line in front of me. Tyler, maybe can effort that.
Yeah, I was just going to see if I could pull that up real quick here.
Yeah, that's a tough hustle for me. Jamal Adams is going to be pissed off. I think Seattle's going to beat the crap out of the Jets. But, I guess any
Seattle
given
is
Sunday,
due for a just like, all right, get it together and beat the crap out of a bad game. Like they need one of those. Like really.
Yeah.
Because they've just been kind of like, all right, they got this. And then it's like, oh no, what happened to Seattle? Like it's been like for a month in a row.
It's a good segue into your next game.
Green Bay at Detroit. I'm hammering the Lions in this one. But I just hate Green Bay. But obviously Green Bay's going to win. I mean, is there really any question about that?
Stafford. That's it. That's the only question. Matthew Stafford. That's it.
Which, he's the question of every Lions game. And a lot of people are now, I think the tide is sort of turning on Stafford as far as like, man, he was such a good guy. Like, look at all the yards he put up. Like, look at all this and that. But as they run through all these coaches, it's just like, who's been there the whole time? Oh, Stafford. Yeah, maybe he's kind of part of this. Like, what's his deal?
Dude, he puts up such good numbers in the fourth quarter when they're down by 20.
Garbage time king.
I'm
a Stafford apologist, man. I can't lie. I think Stafford's an awesome dude. You hear other guys talk about him.
You love you some Stafford?
I do. Like you hear other quarterbacks. Even Rodgers talk about him, and I know Rodgers has been kicking his ass his career. But I feel like honestly, when in our lifetime have the Lions had a run game other than Barry Sanders? You know what I'm saying? Like when in our lifetime have they had a dominant defense?
Javid Best, baby. Come on now.
1995, like it's like I think they're one of those just poorly ran franchises,
Oh, totally.
They're just
that one is like sort of it's just been further and further crashing into the side of the mountain. Like the Bears are.
I'm telling you right now, dude. Stafford's going to go somewhere at the tail end of his career, and let him link up with like a Belichick or something like that, dude. And that guy's going to have a year or two left where he just lights it up. If he can stay healthy, get a good old line, he's going to be vicious.
He can still sling it. I mean, there's no doubt about that.
Philly Rib is still slinging it. You know what I mean? Like Philly Rib is still slinging it. So.
And, I mean, now quarterbacks can kind of just play forever. Like, you're not allowed to touch them or anything. So it's pretty fair game. I mean, look at Tom Brady still chasing that ghost out there trying to stick it to Belichick. But
Not the Eagles. Carson Wentz needs to be the starter of the Eagles in the next decade.
Always. He'll be there forever.
There you have the ringing endorsement from a Cowboy fan. Keep Carson Wentz in power.
Carson Wentz.
Oh, man.
As we round third base on this. Well, New Orleans going to face those Eagles, and Jalen Hurts going to start. I mean, as a Cowboy fan, you got to just like sort of revel in the chaos that's going on there.
I mean,
Jalen Hurts scores one touchdown, and everyone's like, that's our new quarterback. Like, Philly fans freaking out. I'm like, his quarterback rating was like 80. He did throw a pick. It wasn't that great. Also, like, part of his comeback was a punt return, so that had nothing to do with him. But, hey, we'll see what happens.
Good
luck with the number one defense in the league.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's what I get. That's not the defense you want to start against.
Nope. Yeah, I can't imagine that's going to be too close of a game. I think New Orleans will comfortably win that one.
The only thing, like I said, I've been saying this about Hurts. Just imagine if he has kind of a good game against the Saints. Like, it's going to destroy Philadelphia. Like, Philly fan, it's just going to go insane. Like, they're going to be like, oh, for sure, this is the guy, even if they lose, and he has, like, 2 touchdowns, 200 yards, whatever, and they're just going to throw Carson Wentz right under the bus. Like, that doesn't really get you anything, just overreacting like this, but that's what they're going to do. So, we'll see what happens. I mean, interesting game just in that respect, just to see, like, does he kind of play good? Like, how's the Philly fan going to react? Like, they're definitely going to overreact either way. So we'll see.
It's just funny all the comments I saw from Eagles fans. Like, we want you guys to pay Dak. Like, bitch, we wanted you to pay Carson. You know what I mean? Like, we wanted you to pay Carson, bro. Like, I want to pay Dak too. I wanted to pay Dak for years. You know, like, it's just that would put him in a really shitty situation. Like you said, if he does anything even halfway decent, they're going to be just stuck, you know.
If it goes into any kind of, like, quarterback controversy, it's just going to be even worse over there in Philadelphia. Like, it's just going to be a huge mess. And I'm going to skip ahead, just mention the football team playing the 49ers. I think that is also going to be a good game. 49ers play hard. They're just, very undermanned right now. But I like that. I mean, I think that's going to be a close game. But only skipping ahead so I can reel back up to probably the choke bowl of the century. So we have the Falcons and the Chargers, and I'm just going to give the floor up to Tyler. How are you feeling about this? So I don't even know where your head would be at on this.
I'm going to run through this. I'm going to run through this pretty quick because we're already past 8:30, and I'm expected on another show 3 minutes ago.
Throwing that in my face. All right.
Hey, it happens. But look, 4 weeks ago, this was like the exciting, like, who's going to fuck it up more bowl. The Chargers have only got worse, and the Falcons are actually playing fairly well.
True.
So I'm expecting this maybe not to look as bad as last week's beatdown against the Patriots, but I'm not expecting too many good things from the Chargers. I mean, Anthony Lynn, he's going to finish out the year. He's lost the team. I don't know if he cares. He kind of cares, but he doesn't really care.
He's just a guy that's there with a headset.
He's there, yeah. I expect Herbert to have a much better game than he did last week, but I still think overall the team is just mostly checked out. I'm not expecting much from the Chargers here. I think the Falcons probably win by we'll go 8 points.
No. This is going to be close to the end, and then it's going to come down to the choke-a-thon.
The Chargers are going to do that because the Falcons aren't doing that right now. The Falcons are actually playing well.
I want 5 consecutive missed field goals down the stretch in the fourth quarter, and then it goes to overtime, and then we see 4 more, and it ends in a tie.
You know what? I would take that. Right now, I would take that.
Well, yes. Also, this game, if any game ever deserved to end in a tie, this is the one.
I agree.
But the Chargers are up for it as far as messing up special teams. Maybe
a tradition like no other.
Unlike any other. Young Ho maybe misses a couple. He's actually,
he does. He's not really missing right now. That's the thing.
He's been one of the better kickers this season. But also shout out to my guy Graham Gano. Glad to see you back off that COVID list. Because low key, been pumping the numbers in there for fantasy owners as well. But I hope it's close at the end, and then I'm just gonna probably just switch to that game and just see what happens.
There you go. That's it.
All right. Well, Tyler's got to go. I'm pretty tired of sitting on the floor of this patio. But thank you guys for joining us. We're going to repost this on Quarantine Network after the fact. And big shout out to Justin helping us out.
Thank you, Justin.
This
My
was
pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Slap and dash hooked together at the very last minute. I apologize for the very poor production quality on my part. But thank you guys, as always, for watching.
Good quality.
Yeah, this is high quality. This
is it right here. Yeah.
Actually, shout out to our
high quality right there.
I don't know what that means, but Pedro, thank you for making a comment.
Let me get to translate. Here.
All right, I'm gonna jump out of here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We will talk to you later.
I'll talk to you a little bit later on, Tyler, but I'm going to stay on with Justin just so I can get the translation here because I want to know if it's super aggressive hate speech against me.
We're going to find out right now, dude. We're going to find out.
It's probably just like, what is this? It's like some guy watching from some random, like, overseas, just like, what am I saying right now? Like, is this guy sitting on a balcony? Like,
yeah, let's see. Here, we're going to see what it is right now. You ready? We'll do this live. Let's see. Got to make sure I get the proper accent in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you want to get the accent marks and all that because it can make a difference in the meaning.
It is saying that's Portuguese, and that is Portuguese for the fight is today?
Yes, the fight is today, Pedro.
Clearly, we should have known from the gentleman posed with the boxing fist that he was referring to the 47 seconds that we mentioned the fight. But yes, no, the fight is technically today, depending on where you're at, my man. But it's probably tomorrow.
In Portugal, it's today or it's tonight.
There you go. Yeah, there you go, buddy. Or tomorrow morning or this morning, whatever it is. Just you enjoy it.
I can't keep track of it. I mean, least of all I got was a string of Christmas lights and my phone, and we just fired it off.
This is not the world time zone show of record.
No, it's absolutely not. No. Greenwich Mean Time only, please. But thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, Tyler. Check him out. He's on, I believe, Patrice's show right now. I think talking Mandalorian. So definitely stay tuned on the network. I mean, we're not even on the network right now, but I'll repost it. Thank you guys as always. And you guys all have a good and safe weekend. Please, can we stop with the crazy just spikes of everything shutting down? Because it's really, to be honest, it's, well, I mean, it's a bummer, but also I don't even know when I can go back to work again. So, like, I still have a job, but they have no idea what to do. So just be safe. Just do the right thing. Just if you're going to the grocery store, wear a mask for like 10 seconds. Not a big deal. Don't have to like freak out on someone. But be safe. We'll get back with you guys on Monday. And thank you, Justin. Keep the fire.
Keep.
As a buzzer, it's good!